Okay. Let's see if we can get this working. Last night I had some troubles with restream on the Quack channel. Oh well, not it was my channel, but with Quack. So hopefully it looks like it's going out just fine today. I don't know why restream gave me so much grief yesterday, but hey guys, we're gonna be working on this this good for nothing artwork again. I've been playing around with Mao a little bit, sort of like Aros's like alt. I guess you could call it an altar, I guess, but like it's more like his bully. I've been playing around with that for a little while, and I know where I want to go with it. So the big goal today is to get this page finished, get some of these sketches done, so that I can move on from Aros, because frankly, I am quite tired of looking at him. He's my main character, but I'm tired of looking at him. I've honestly kind of debated, like, getting rid of this bottom middle one, just because it's annoying and I like to have some space to, like, do some writing, or I might make it smaller. I haven't decided yet, so I'm going to do that really quick. Kind of see if I want to remove it, or maybe not. Let's actually see how it will look. I gotta get rid of some of this goofy stuff, too. So the big thing today is trying to finish this right page. If it goes well and I feel like just vibing, I might just go ahead and stay. And stay longer than my 2 hours, I mean. Because usually I only stream for about 2 hours, but I might stream longer today depending on how the vibes go. If the vibes are good, then I usually stay longer. Alright, so let me clean this out of the way really fast. Actually, I could probably just do this. Get rid of these faster. And then I'll move some of these sketches around. Part of like concept art that, not just concept art, but like pitches and portfolio stuff in general that I feel like it's overlooked a lot, myself included, is like how does the whole sheet look like in a flow, like does it flow well, does it look good as its own composition, you know, like that really matters with presentation too. And since this is like a really important presentation, like I want to be sure that I do it really good. Alright, so let me grab this blue here, because I don't need it anymore. I'll erase it using the mask, because I want to keep it just in case I need it in the future. Alright, so then what I'll do is I'll take these. Actually, what I'll do is I'll double this, that way I have an original copy, and then I'll merge this over. Okay. That way I have one copy that's not been changed, and what I might do, let me think here. Maybe, could I move this over here? Maybe. I feel like, I have like smaller features here, so maybe I want to keep this over here. That way it's like small features, kind of like miscellaneous items on his person. That way they're all kind of like housed together. But I feel like these are so small that I don't know how much of like how good it'll be, especially like if you're looking at it small, like is everything clear and understandable? That's stuff like you kind of always got to think about. So what I might do is I don't think this one really contributes that much value to it, other than you can see like something that he does with water, but I guess I could always add it to one of his other ones. Condense, that way I have some space for text if I need to add any. I feel like that's important to, and this way I have like a front and back as far as, you know, like angles and stuff. I can probably make these bigger too. The question is this on one layer? Because I believe it's a bunch of layers. Yeah, it's a bunch of layers. It's okay. I should be able to grab it this way if I did my layer management properly. What? No way. That's the only thing that's in here? Wow, I'm terrible. What layer is that on? now I get to play, go find the layer. Oh dear. Okay, well, good news is it's mostly one layer, so I'll take that. Da 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 da. Put that there. Alright, so that wasn't quite everything, so let me grab... Oh, this is the only thing that's left. Okay, this is why you should name your layers, kids. So you can find things. Don't be like me. Because then you can't find anything. Ah! Oh, music! We don't have any music! I forgot to turn the music on. Let me rephrase. I had it, I just didn't start it. My apologies. Let's see. Alright. There we go. Now you should be able to hear it. Oh, also, if you guys hear weird clicking in the background, that's my dishwasher. That's actually why I was late today. I started the dishwasher and I left the house to like go run some errands. And I thought, oh, like by the time I get back, like it should be done. No, after I got back, it ran for like another 30 minutes. I was like, why is this dishwasher taking so long to run? And it's because I put it on the wrong cycle. I put it on like an extra long cycle or something, and I didn't realize that, I guess. And it's one of those it's an older dishwasher, so like you can't like stop it mid-cycle and change it, I guess. So I had to just suck it up. Man, I love Adrian Von Ziegler, makes some good music. I like his stuff. Alright, I thought about putting arrows over here. Or maybe like... Yeah, let's make use of this space. How you doing, Joyce? What's up? Hopefully you can hear me okay. Because I know last night I was having troubles with my mic, so... I was being really, really grumpy yesterday. Alright. Okay. That's too big. Of course, Aros' freaking hair gets in the way. Right? Actually, I'm gonna move my mic over because I have to keep looking to my right. Whoops. I have to keep looking to my right to talk like into the mic, so I'm gonna move that really fast. So hopefully that'll have a better sound. Hi, Miso. You guys say hi to everyone? Miso. Yeah. Miso, you should say hi to all the people. You don't want to talk now, huh? She's having a good day. She's just vibing. She doesn't want to chat right now. Sorry, guys. I promised you cat noises and then she didn't produce. She'll eventually get chatty. Right now she's just kind of vibing. Should probably turn a light on. It's so dark in here. What? And I dropped the controller. Did you like my drop the controller noise? I don't even know what that was. What? That's such a weird noise. Okay, now it's sorry guys, I'm still trying to figure out like how I want to lay out everything. Because concept art, like character sheets like this, like you can't just like throw stuff in there randomly. You gotta make sure like it looks good too. So I put in some panels here. I won't leave them as is. I'm gonna be like redrawing over them to make them clearer and plus update the characters' designs. Trying to figure out, because I feel like the layout that I have here, I don't like it. I want to change some things. So I'm gonna erase this. What layer is this? Okay. Yeah, I want to try to figure out how I want to lay this out so that it's as clear as possible. Let me put this on its own layer so I can move it around. It's always easier to move stuff when it's on its own layer. Oh, autosave! Thanks, autosave. Not really. Always interrupting me, gosh. Alright, what I might do is I might move these to the bottom here. Because I'd like to have them bigger. Because they're kind of small. And then we'll see if I can move some of this around. I feel like this is too big. I feel like that might be part of the issue. There we go. Yeah, that way all of his items are over here. Have you ever... No. Oh, well, nothing that's mine. The only work that I have in print is called Amputation Capital. And I did the lettering for both digital and print, and I did the book design. It's not my story. It's something that I did lettering and book design for. That's it. I don't have anything else in print. I'm literally not professional in any capacity whatsoever. So, yeah, I've never been, other than Amputation Capital that I just linked there, I've never been published as far as, like, print before. Not really. I need to get this on its own layer, because I'm tired of it moving with everything else. Okay, it is. Alright, looks like this is the only thing on this layer now. I think it'd be cool to be printed one day. I've never had that opportunity. I did like an ashcan version in 2016, a really long time ago, but that was like 300 copies and it was literally just an ashcan. It wasn't like meant to be like super professional. Oh yeah, like print is really finicky. I'm not planning on this being printed. It's just a pitch to Viz Media. So all I really have to worry about is my trim. You know, like that's really all I have to, like that's really all I really need to worry about is my trim lines. And right now I'm not super worried about like how picky everything is at the moment. I'm kind of just trying to figure out where I want to put things. Like of course I would never leave text here. I would never like leave this on that edge there. I would never do that. Yeah. Yeah, they have a program called Viz Originals, and you can pitch to them. Anyone can. So I'm gonna pitch them. I met with them at a portfolio review. at San Diego Comic-Con, and it went well enough that they asked me to follow up, so I'm gonna do that. Oh, very cool. I've been really torn about even like wanting to try to go to something like Lightbox because one, I have no merchandise whatsoever. Absolutely none. I don't have prints. I don't have anything printed. I don't have like even just artwork because I don't make prints of my stuff. I don't make fan art. I don't do anything. Like literally my entire life is consumed by Godsbane. I make nothing else. Other than like the occasional freelance work I might get. So I don't have anything. So I feel like conventions and like events just aren't worth my time, or like even if I wanted to go, it wouldn't even, like no one would even care about my stuff because it's all original. So I feel like those events just aren't even worth it to me because no one would care. Because like in the past when I have tried to go to conventions, I only had my original stuff and literally nobody cared. So I just stopped attending. But I never got into big conventions. Maybe I have run into you then. I mean, I went to CTNX in 2018, but I also just don't live near I don't live near any conventions. I don't live near any of them, so it's always been really difficult for me to go to conventions because every single convention I wanted to go to is like super far away. Like, there's only when I was living the majority of like the last couple of years I've lived in South Dakota, and there's no conventions in South Dakota. There's none. And so the nearest convention was C2E2, or maybe OCon if you count that. I didn't count it, but the nearest like half decent con is C2E2, and that was like a 9-12 hour drive. And so I had to like get time off just to go. And you know how that goes, like, well, maybe, I don't know, maybe you don't. Like, hey, Kay, what's up? How are you? I haven't talked to you in forever. How are things? Yeah, so like I just never went to conventions. It was just never financially worth it for me. Like I would be out thousands of dollars if I like tried to go to a convention. Like just the plane alone. Really? Then I was there. I was at the Wacom booth. I was actually a resident artist for Wacom that year. So I was at their booth. Yeah. Yeah, and plus with like no merch or anything, like it just really wasn't worth going to cons. Just, I couldn't even sell anything, even if I went, so I just never went. Yeah, that was actually the year I was interning at Tokyo Pop 2018. I went to Anime Expo in 2018, and I ended up moderating 2 panels for Wacom and Club Studio. And I moderated, really, they were like completely by accident, didn't intend to do it. Like, I didn't know I was moderating until like 5 minutes before it happened. And I did both of them really well. And then, so well that the next week they're like, hey, do you want to be our resident at San Diego? And I'm like, oh, hell yeah. So in 2018, I got to be their resident at San Diego. And that went well. And they asked me to be their resident at CTNX. And then literally right after CTNX, I lost the job and the housing that I had. And so I had to move back home to South Dakota. So I only lasted 5 months in LA, unfortunately, before I had to move back home. Yeah, I mean it was a good opportunity, but it still cost me $9,000. I lost $9,000 in 5 months. So it is what it is, I guess. Yeah, that was my entire life savings. I had like $300 when I went home to South Dakota. Well, South Dakota is not home, it's just where I was living at the time. South Dakota is not home. Yeah, so I tried. I gave it the honest try. I went out there and I did the thing, so, and it just didn't work out for me. That's all you can do is try, right? That's all you can do. No, yeah, Guy let me know that you had a really strange schedule now, so no worries, like, Guy and I are handling it. Please focus on you and whatever you gotta do. I mean, yeah, it didn't really. I don't want to say it didn't benefit. Oh, sorry, I just hit my mic. I'm sorry. It didn't. I'm not gonna say that it didn't benefit me to have those things. But after I left LA, I got nothing. Until 2021. So it took 8 years before I had another opportunity, in the field, and I ended up being hired by Global Comics. So it took me 3 years to like financially recover, and I put that very loosely because financially recover is not exactly what I would have called it. I'm better now. So, but yeah, we have like out there in South Dakota, we have 4 comic book stores in the entire state. And 3 of them are on the west side, and I was on the east side of South Dakota. And it's like 9 hours, like side to side. So like there just really wasn't anything there for what I do. And so it was really, really tough, like trying to stay motivated to keep growing, because there was just nothing out there. So that's why that's actually why I made the YouTube channel. Is I thought, well, like, I went out there and I failed, so let me try a YouTube channel. And that was even harder. But yeah, I wouldn't call myself a professional artist on any front. I'm just someone who hopes I can be a professional someday. Oh, gross. No, not the cat sneeze. Anything but the cat sneeze. I'm gonna give him a different facial expression down here in the corner because I don't like it. Alright, I know some of these layers are on a different, yep, different layer. Cat. You should know better. Oh, did I not tell it to repeat? There we go. Now it'll repeat. I didn't have my repeat on. I mean, I like this one, but I've got nowhere to put it. Maybe I'll have this one instead of this one. I mean, they're similar emotions, though. It's like he's yelling at himself. He's yelling at himself, that's so funny. Actually, I think this I can leave up here because it's his eye. I didn't mean to make it that big. Why is it... Oh, because I have a different layer selected. That's weird. There. Alright, we can put text here. That way we have this section for text and this section for text. Okay, get rid of this. Alright, now we have a little bit better layout, I think. It's different. It's so different trying to organize art and text versus doing just text. I might move this up so that I've got 3 of them. Like 3 of the... Because I've got 3 full bodies. You see how this would look up here. Whoops. I'm gonna try that. Alright, so here's what I'm gonna do. Oops, sorry, miso. Sorry. Alright, I'm gonna move everything down except the text. That way his name can go up at the top. And that way all of the art stays in the safe area. Turn off all the text and then we'll move them all one by one. I think it'd be easier. Well, I guess they're gonna be reading these left to right. Oh no, I just realized that. Oh my gosh, no. Oh man, I just realized. It's okay, you know what? It's okay. I can rebuild it in the opposite direction. I can rebuild it using Adobe, it's fine. I just realized that my entire document is right to left and not left to right. Oh my gosh. I just made it with like not even thinking and I made it right to left. I just now noticed that. Oof. Big oof moment. Okay. Alright, so let's figure out where I want the text for this to go. I don't know why that is such a large text. Alright, let's throw in some lorem ipsum. I'll figure out how wide I want this. Okay, let's put a few things, let's rearrange things a little bit more. Yeah, that way it's knee level. This will have a little bit more room. Alright, so I'll just erase part of this because I don't need it. We'll move this here. Alright, let's keep it in the safe area. Don't mess with me. Oh, it's all centered. That's fine. Alright, so let's keep everything safe area. Oops, there's space there. I don't think I'll need that much text, but that way I'll have it in case I need it. Okay, and I can grab like a little bit of text here. Put it here. Oh no, because that's gonna cut off a lot of text. Ah. I guess I can add all the description there, it's fine. So I can move this down a little. I guess theoretically I could make it larger. Not really sure if I need this now. It's like you have to stagger it so that you can have room for little bits of text if you want it. There's always something that it is in the way. There's always something. I think the hand can be smaller. I guess I could flip it. Yeah, that'll fit way better. Miso, Miso. Are you comfy? Yeah? Are you comfy? Yeah? Chirp, chirp. Big stretch. Big stretch. Pretty girl. Are you a pretty girl? Sorry, I'm talking to my cat. Miso, Miso. Boop. Did you have a nice nap? You do love your naps. Was it a good nap? Miso, Miso. Hey, Jambi, what's up? How you doing? What is it, Miso? Nanda. Yo, same. Same. I am like so tired of looking at character concept art. What? What, Miso? What? She's being very clingy today. She's like, how dare you move? Oh my god, really? There's a mask here. Let's summon the will to draw together. Let's do it together. I have so many things on the wrong layer, you guys. I've kind of given up, to be completely honest with you. There's so many things on the wrong layer. You're drawing demons on vacation? Well, tell them to hurry up and get back. You got stuff to do. At least all of this is on the same layer, thank goodness. I did something right. Let me get rid of this text. It's useless text. Yeah, being at the beach sounds nice, eh? No, you're good. You're good. I'm kind of in a similar position. I want to be completely honest with you. I've been like looking at this concept art sheet for so long, and I'm just so tired of looking at it. You know what I mean? So tired of looking at it. Like, it's legitimately starting to stress me out. So I'm so tired of looking at it. Concept art is not my forte. I don't enjoy drawing characters, even my own. And so like when I have to sit here and do it, it's incredibly stressful for me. Which is funny, like, you would think doing manga, like, I would enjoy stuff like this, but you would be wrong. It's not an enjoyable process for me. For me, it takes an incredible amount of brain power to do something like this. And it's not that I just want to, like, get to drawing the pages, that's definitely not it. I just don't enjoy drawing characters that much. Mush Brain Monday. Hey, Sage, what's up? How you doing? Unless they want to deal with the mush. Yeah. Hands? What are hands? What are hands? Hands aren't a thing. Hands are not a thing. I don't know what you're talking about. See, I love how I can do hands like this, and I can do hands like this, but then I do hands like this. My brain just, or even funnier, I'll do a hand like this. And my brain just nopes out of there. It's like, nah, fam. And I can do hands like this, and I can do hands like this. My brain just nopes out on me sometimes. It's like, bruh, I got hands to draw, come back. No, I never did that. You guys did that? Oh, yep. I do have a Discord server now. You should be able to find a link in the description. Yeah, I made one mostly for people who want to, like, who either enjoy manga, want to make manga, or have manga-inspired art, or they just want other manga people to talk about. My goal is that someday it can be a doujin circle. That's kind of my goal for it. So that would be like super cool if like someday we could form like an actual like doujin circle. I think that'd be super dope. Yeah, it's been a while. I've changed my stream schedule a lot. Well, that and I wasn't streaming for a really long time just due to like not being like stable. Last year I had like $7,000 in emergency bills. And so I took a bunch of like extra work so that I could get all of that stuff paid off and like attempt to get my savings back. So I actually didn't stream for quite a while. I think it was like a year, almost 2 years I didn't stream. So it definitely wasn't just you. Alright, let's get this over here. Alright, so we have the front, back, and then we'll have like a side. Oh, I meant to, yeah, well, yeah, let me transform it a little bit. Flatten it out. And now I can liquefy that beach. Manga is tough. Manga is tough. Right, and this starts on the back side. Alright, let's do a liquefy. Bring this up a little so it kind of wraps around. This will actually hit the bottom. Yeah. I have just realized that it is way too thick. Select shrink by, I think I usually do 2. Yeah, 2, and then Control C, Control V, turn that off. Good enough. Yeah. Now I get to find my special brush again. Is this a screen tone that I'd use? Or is this a... Oh no, that's the brush version? Oh, why would I do that to myself? Not when I have a screen tone of this. Yeah, so it asks for just you to prove that you're like a real person. You just have to like you just read through the rules and then like follow the instruction at the very top. Let me go into the server really fast. Yeah, we just do that to kind of like sorry, I had someone who just asked me something. Alright, you're good. I can see you typing during the thing. Sorry, guys. Let's see, I need to open that feedback thingy. I could have sworn I'd already given them feedback. Oh, I remember! Webtoons, I hate when you do that. Oh wow, they've been posting this for quite a while. I think this was the first one. Oh, I don't like it when updates are that short. Okay, now I've got it up so I can do the thing when I'm off. Hello. Thank you. Let me back out and I'll kind of show you the whole concept here. I'm still kind of figuring out exactly where I want to put everything, so I apologize for the mess. Let's see. This is going to be my main character. His name is Aros. And then this is sort of like a alternative self that he has. Like, it's all part of the story. And all of this is part of like this long like character sheet that I'm like putting together to pitch to Viz Media. So, but I have to do my protagonist first. gotta do all that stuff. So let's see here. I'll go ahead and add you. Let's see. I'll go ahead and get you added here. Oh, Sage, you didn't read the directions. Okay. Sage, you need to go back to the rules and read the very first thing we post at the very top. Sorry, like, I have to like make you go through that. Otherwise it's not for anybody else. But yeah, thank you. I'm working on this concept, and I know, like, you're cool, Sage, I have to make sure everyone follows the rules. Alrighty. I'm a little nervous because I want to pitch it to Viz Media. I think it'll be cool, but we'll see how it goes. Yeah, anyone can join the manga server. Anyone can join as long as people are respectful. Like, I'm totally cool with it. I'm trying to figure out how I want to put everything in here. Too much stuff in here. Autosave keeps interrupting me today. Like, it's getting to the point where it's getting, like, really distracting. Maybe it's just me, but... Alright, here's the brush I'm gonna need to fill in. I think it's this one. Nope, it's definitely not that one. Ah, here it is. Yep, it's the same. No, please don't worry about bothering. You're good. That's part of having a server. Like, you just do the thing. No worries, man. No worries. Take it easy. Chris is usually in there watching things. So, and I know he's in there, but I think he's in class at the moment too. That's the only reason why I'm doing things, and I'm pretty sure he's in class right now. Yeah, there you go. Noise. Ah, see, there he is. I told you he's in there. He's fast. Ew, he was really fast. He got there before I did, and I was watching for it. That's so funny. I love Chris. If you can hear me, Chris, good job. Thank you. He's on it. Chris is a writer. He's also a mangaka creator. He's got some really good stuff. What you doing, Miso? What are you doing? Oh, just moving stuff around. She's playing with her box. Her wooden box. I freaking love this brush. It's so cool. Should definitely check out his stuff. I had another co-founder, well, I had two other co-founders, and one of them got picked up by Conmain, so now they're kind of focusing on that and like some of their work there. And then I have another co-founder. She's a webtoon original. She also does like assistant work for manga, so she's really busy. She's not in there as often, but that's okay. So it's mostly Chris and I, and then Chihiro as she has time. She's like legit pro, so I don't expect her to be around super often just because, you know, she's super busy. She's a really good wealth of knowledge, like, resource, though. Like, really good, yeah, really good wealth of knowledge. If you can ever, like, find time to talk to her. I just need to finish drawing his arm, and I think I'll be good. Yeah, sadly I'm not as cool as the cool kids, so... I think maybe he can see that I'm streaming, so he's paying attention. Alright, we're coming up on an hour. I had a Euro today and I'm still hungry. How was that legal? Alright, let's finish drawing this part. Okay, good. Yeah, I finished it for those. Good. Da 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 da. I will be so glad when I can get this done and over with, so I don't have to look at it anymore. Am I the only one that gets really stressed doing character sheets? I feel like there's no way I am the only one that stresses about it. Nanda. Who just messaged me? Oh, it was YouTube. Sorry guys, I'm kind of feeling weird today. My bad. Where is that, 1, 2, 3, and then 4 on top row. Alright, let's throw in the rain. Of course it interrupts me while I'm drawing a circle. Clip. I work completely on my own. I don't work with anyone else on this, so if I'm not working on it, like, there's no progress being made at all. That's why it takes me so long to do anything. It's because I work completely alone on stuff. I can show you some like work in progress pages I have going. Let me open up the document for you. I have a couple new pages. I did about 70 pages already, but those will probably be changed. Well, they will be changed. I entered the Manga Plus competition in May and I got 7th place. But I also got a lot of really good feedback that people would like me to change, and like certain things were like consistently confusing across the board. The biggest complaint, well, I wouldn't say complaint, I'd say the biggest piece of feedback that I got was there were just like too many characters like introduced at once, which I think is a fair piece of feedback, completely fair piece of feedback. And then in July, the very end of July, I was at San Diego Comic-Con, and I got to talk to like a Viz Media portfolio review, and my dumb butt brought the wrong portfolio with me. I accidentally brought the pitch that I had already started, because I had both of them in the when I went to upload stuff to the Clip Studio or to the Clip Studio Cloud, I uploaded the wrong file, and so then of course I downloaded the wrong file. And so the file that I needed was on my laptop, and I only had my Samsung tablet with me, so like I had no access to that file whatsoever. So I was sitting there like at the portfolio review, and then like I realized that like Sasaki Hisashi was there along with one of the Viz Originals editors, and I'm sitting there like crying internally because like the guy of guys you want to show your stuff to is sitting there, and I don't have the right stuff. I can only imagine what my face looked like. Let me hide that part. So, but anyway, so I asked them, I'm like, look, I was really upfront when it came to like be my turn. I was like, look, I don't have the proper files with me. Would you be willing to like look at it anyway? And give it credit on like its own merit? And they were willing to do that. I can show you what I showed them. Let me zoom in a bit. Oh, it's not in multi-page view. Everything got changed. Yeah, I don't like this. I don't like the new Adobe PDF. What the heck? I don't like this. Dude, I don't care. Go away. How do I page display 2-page view? Wow, this is really ugly. I don't like this. I don't like this at all. This is awful. Yeah, right? Yeah, it's crazy. Let's see. Let me bring it up and I'll show it to you. Well, I'm either lucky or unlucky. I don't know which one it is. I am certainly one of them. I'm certainly one of those things. Okay, so here's my... And turn my overlay off temporarily. Well, maybe not. Just kidding. I'm gonna turn it back. Just kidding. Anyway, so what I had was No, it's ready. Like, I have some, like, text stuff. So, I just was having issues, like, getting it to fit within my thing. So this was what I originally had. And they said he looks too much like Inuyasha. Well, the biggest part of feedback was they said my art style in general reminds them too much of Rumiko Takahashi. Let me see. Let me bring up like the actual, because I wrote it down. I forgot what it all was. Which I agree. He definitely does look a lot like Inuyasha, and it was completely accidental. I didn't even realize that like Rumiko Takahashi was like influencing my stuff that much. Just funny. Hang on, I'm getting the feedback up so I can remember what it was, because I feel like this is important for like everyone to see. So let's see, starred Julia. Okay, so the feedback I got was the character design in general is too much like Rumiko Takahashi, which is true, I think. Oh, I forgot. Oh, I see why it's all goofy. Oh my gosh, come on. There we go, now you can see everything. Me. I don't know why, like, this is making me work so hard to do basic things. Yeah, it does. So, there was this part here. Yeah, I've got, like, my supporting character, my mentor character, and then, like, the two villain characters. And then, like, Coco and Fale, like, some other additional characters. They liked Coco. They thought Coco was kind of cool. And then I showed them, like, some sample pages of what I've been able to do so far. So that was kind of neat. That was kind of cool. They liked my sample pages. They said the art itself is like near professional, so that's kind of cool. But like obviously it needs improvement in like other ways too. They said to push the fantasy element more. The current designs are a little too real world, and they don't feel like they're pushed enough. So they said to push the fantasy elements a bit more. They also said that the character silhouettes, hairstyles, clothes need to be more diverse, which is part of the pushing the fantasy thing. Use fantasy to come up with more variation. The alt form that I have for Aros here, which is Mao, they wanted him to look really different from Aros, which is what I've been working on. If I turn this off really quick. And I can actually like show you like what I have now. So now you can kind of see that like they look really different. Like Aros has long hair, Mao has short hair. Like other than like the ear is going to be different, but like the basic overall shape is different. I mean, they're going to be wearing the same clothes. I can't avoid that part. They're just going to be wearing the same clothes. I don't think changing the clothes is something that I want to do for my particular series. But yeah, that's a thing. So, I feel like that was a good piece of advice. And then the other thing was, they would have like, ironically, I love environments, and one of the things that they wanted to see was more like environmental stuff, as far as like showing just environment concepts. Since clearly I'm capable, so I thought that was kind of cool. And like slower action, like if you look at these, like all of the sequences here are more action-y sequences, like. So they would have liked to see something that was like just a slow, like calm moment. So that's easy to do. I can make that, no problem. They also said only English sound effects. They don't want, if I were to want to pitch to them, they said it would have to be only English sound effects, which is fine. The only reason I added the Japanese ones is because I intend to like go through like Japanese localization, so I wanted to sort of like have a head start on most of them. I figured most of them should be accurate, so you know, and it was good practice for me to learn sounds because I am studying Japanese, so it was good practice. So that's why I did them anyway. Yeah. And they said the story sounds kind of interesting. It sounds kind of like what they're looking for. And so they asked me to follow up. I got a business card, and I was asked to follow up over email. And I did. And now I'm trying to have, like, a set of new character sketches to send to the editor. that asked me to follow up with her. So I wanted to try to have those this week, like by the end of the week, just so I can say, hey, look, I'm making progress. Like, based on the feedback you gave me before, are these better? If not, like, can you give me some more feedback? So that's my goal is this week. Because it's been, on Thursday, it'll be 3 weeks since I last talked to her. So I figure 3 weeks is enough time. So I'll bump it in 3 weeks. Or I'll bump it by the end of this week. So I think it'll be cool. I have a lot of work to do though. I have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7 7 pages of stuff to do. Arosa is probably the hardest one, just because he's the main character, so I'm like taking my time with him. I don't speak Japanese. Like, I don't speak it, like, fluently enough to, like, carry on a conversation. I know, like, bits and pieces of things. I definitely don't know, like, particles well enough. I'm, like, barely N5, if that. I just started, like, seriously starting at the beginning of the year. Like, I know the kana, and I'm working on, like, first year kanji now. Yeah, I'm pretty inexperienced when it comes to... I love landscapes. I love drawing landscapes. I prefer drawing backgrounds, to be completely honest with you. I've always enjoyed drawing landscapes more than drawing characters. I've always kind of joked that I would be a really good assistant. Yeah, I like to listen to like radio and TV shows, just like anything that I can to try to like hear how Japanese people actually speak. Even if I don't understand it, one of the other things I like to do is like to put on like a Japanese TV or radio station while I'm working during the day, just so that I can like get used to hearing it. But it's difficult. Like, there's certain phrases that I'm used to hearing now that I've heard enough times. I couldn't tell you what they mean. Like, if you told me to, like, translate something, I probably couldn't tell you what it actually means, but I've heard it enough that I'm, like, recognizing certain phrases. So, I'm getting there. It's a process. Like, immersion, basically. Like, eventually you kind of get forced to understand things. Yeah, that's my biggest fear is I'm afraid I'm gonna lag behind in reading. Or reading. I feel like that's pretty normal for people who are learning another language though. Like reading seems to be the hardest thing for a lot of people because like you can learn to speak something. Wow, Discord's really slowing down my computer. Thanks, Discord. Redraw this with like thinner lines so it doesn't look weird. Sorry I got quiet, guys. I just wanted to focus for a little bit. My apologies. I'm not a very good host. I think I'm just kind of running out of energy today. Let's see, get my special brush. At least add a little bit of shading to it. Maybe it'll make it look not so plain. I think it's important to like do little studies of your characters rather than just trying to finish everything. Maybe they won't agree, but I think it's important to do stuff like that. The way like you can see the character like at its true core rather than all like the whistles and stuff that make it look nice and pretty and finished. You know what I mean? Maybe I'm compensating for something. Who knows? So I feel like sometimes like a sketch can look really nice, but as soon as you color it, it'll look bad, and that tells you like you gotta fix something. I mean, it's mostly about storytelling, the ability to get the reader hooked. I mean, there's that too, but the thing is if you can't make your characters someone that your readers will care about, that's just as bad. And it's not just about, that's not just about storytelling, it's also like making the character interesting from like an aesthetic like points, like you have to do that too. Like my biggest complaint with a lot of the manga out there, well not manga, like there's a lot of isekai manga, and there's a lot of manga out there that have like really plain as hell protagonists and they're really boring. And I know why they do that. That doesn't mean I like that they do that, but like I know that they do that. And it's really frustrating to me because like they're so boring looking. They don't look special at all, and I'm like, this is not good character design. I know why they're doing it this way. That way anyone can put themselves like in that character's position. Like it's intentionally bland. But I don't like that. And another thing I don't like is a lot of the like shonen protagonists look all the same. And I don't make shonen. So like I'm trying to make sure it doesn't look like a shonen. Like Aros is an adult. I want him to look like an adult. No. I'm not really big on reading manga about kids. Like, and I'm not saying that it's not good. It's not a good manga, because it is a good manga. I'm just tired of reading manga about children. I'm tired of it. I don't want to read about kids. I want to read about adults. I want to read about adult struggles. I want to read about 30-somethings that are losers and they're just trying to survive life. Like, I don't want to read about, oh, I have these magic powers and I'm so cool. I'm tired of those stories. That's not my genre. That's not what I want to read about anymore. So like, I'm just tired of that stuff. I think I've aged out of it maybe. So I don't want to see those things anymore. And I never started it. But it looks really good. Miso, oh my god, get your ass out of my soda, please. You know I don't like you walking up here with, like, open glasses and stuff. Miso just decided to, like, my cat just decided to jump up on the table and, like, almost tried to sit down on my soda. Like, which I don't drink that often. It's like the first one I've had in like 3 or 4 days. Almost went butt first on the glass. Oh my gosh, Miso. I was more worried about you tipping it over and like wasting the one can of soda that I bought myself. Silly girl. She just wanted to sit up and Miso has this she has but the problem is can I relate to the main character? And I can't. I can't relate to a main character that is in school. Like, I just can't do it. Like, he's a literal child. That's the problem. The problem, I'm 32 years old. I cannot relate to a teenager. Like, I don't want to read stories about teenagers. I don't care what the overall, like, story is. That's why I'm telling people, that's why I'm trying to say that it's not just about the storytelling. Like, after a certain point, you start caring about, like, the more specifics of the stories, because, okay, so there's demographics and there's psychographics. I'm gonna write out the difference for you. Because, this is a new thing for a lot of people, so let me see here. Alright, so there's lesson time. So there's demographic. it's not about the art. It doesn't matter. Like, that part doesn't matter. That's what I'm trying to tell you. Like, the art, I don't care about the art. I don't care about the story. I care about the protagonist and how the protagonist acts and what their goals are and all those things. Like there's there's demographics and psychographics. Sorry, I've had this conversation so many times, and people are always like shitting on me when I offer this opinion. Maybe it's a bad opinion. There are demographics, and then there are psychographics. Your demographics are things like, I'm not saying you are. Like, I've had this conversation a lot as of late, and I'm wondering why. So there are things like age, gender, your ethnicity. Ethnicity. Ethnicity / race. It's also things like your income level. And to some degrees, politics. Politics can technically be psychographics as well. And then your psychographics, so your demographics are things like how you relate to society. Right? So, like, the big picture. This is like, this is like big picture stuff. Yeah? And then there's psychographics, which are, things like, how are you unique? So how are you unique versus society? So for example, things like your goals, dreams, which are kind of the same thing, but they're not. Goals, dreams, hobbies, like niche interests, those kinds of things. So, but see, I don't care. I don't care if it makes the story diverse. That's what I'm trying to tell you, is like, as a 32-year-old woman, I don't care about I don't care about stories where the main protagonist is a child. Now, that's not to say that you can't have stories that are for adults, that have children in them. That is just not a trope or a main character that I want in my stories. Because a child doesn't have to pay rent. A child doesn't go through a midlife crisis. A child doesn't go through those things that a lot of adults go through. And I want stories about adult life. I want to read stories about people like me. People that are me. I don't want to read stories about children. And children trying to be adults, or children living adult lives. I want to read stories about adults living adult lives. That's what I want in a story, and that's okay. It's not like discriminatory to say that I don't want to read stories about kids. There are plenty of stories that I like that are about children. For example, Made in Abyss. That is an amazing story. That's one that I do like. You know, technically Inuyasha is about children. Let's be real. Technically it's about kids. You know, there are a lot of really good comics, a lot of really good manga, and a lot of really good anime that are about kids. Another one that I really like that is more seinen in, like, tone is To Your Eternity. It's technically about children, and it's fantastic. No worries, you're good. So, like, for me, so for example, something, you know, so your demographics are, like, who it's aimed at. So, for example, Mob, I believe, is a shonen. So it's aimed at boys. This is just what it is. It's aimed at boys 10 or 8, kind of depending on who you ask, to 15. Okay, I'm technically not that demographic. And then it's psychographic, which I like occult, psychic, gosh, I can't spell today. Psychic, magic, power systems, like, I like that kind of stuff. But the thing is just because I fit these doesn't mean that it's a story that I want to read, because interests, like, grow and change over time. And if you had asked me a year ago, yeah, sure, I might have actually read, I might have gone ahead and read Mob 100, but, like, whenever I see it, like, whenever I see an anime of it, I don't care. Like, it doesn't get me excited to see it. Like, there's nothing about the anime that makes me want to watch it. And, Like, it looks hilarious because I know it's by one. So I'm 99.9999% sure it's hilarious 90% of the time. You know, it looks stunning. The animation looks stunning. I don't even know like how to say it. It just looks great. But it's about a child. Not going like it's not about adult life. And that's what I want to see. I want to see stories about adult life. Not some magical kid with psychic powers. That's not what I want to read right now. Maybe I'll change my mind in 3 months. I don't know. Like right now I'm reading Berserk. I'm reading Red River, Yona of the Dawn, which is technically young people. And then To Your Eternity. I'm catching up on the anime. And then I need to catch up on the manga as well. But like, yeah, like my interests in this moment have changed. And that's not to say like I'll never go back and like read those things. But at the moment, I don't want to see stories about kids. I want to see stories about adults and adult suffering and adults coming over adult problems. Like realistic stuff. I'm getting honestly really frustrated with you pushing this. Like, can you just not accept that I don't want to watch something or read something? Like, I'm sorry, you're feeling really pushy, and I don't appreciate it. I'm just gonna be honest with you right now. I really don't appreciate it. Like, I'm allowed to say no. Maybe I'll change in 3 months. But this isn't okay. It's not okay for you to come in here and keep pushing it when I have said no. It's my final answer. Alright guys, I'm gonna call it done because I'm getting upset, so have a wonderful night, and I'll see you guys in a couple hours, an hour, when it's time for the Quack stream. Alright? I'm gonna take off. Have a great night. I'll see you all later. Bye.